Well, the softball world lost a huge, huge presence. I mean, when you talk about Tom Czarnik, you're talking about one of the greatest pitchers that ever played the game of 16-inch softball. He also was prominent with teams like Splinters and Lettuce and Licorice. Well, you know what? We thought we'd bring on a softball historian from the Chicagoland Softball Hall of Fame, our buddy, George Bliss. How you doing, George?
Great, Mike, and I've received more calls on this sad news about our buddy Tom Czarnik than I have in quite a time. He's
I guess we could put it in these words. It's sort of like Sandy Koufax or somebody in the major leagues who was great, who ended up retiring, passing away. Somebody who's big. Czarnik was one of those guys. Tell us a little bit about Eggs. Tell us about some of the championships that he won on the field of play, if you can too, George.
Well, first of all, Mike, he was named to the first team All-Mount Prospect League, and as you know, that is the premier softball league. Has been for many years.
Now, was that for the whole? Was that for the whole span of time? Was that a 25-year deal?
He played his 20 years there, and he was named, on the all first team Mount Prospect League, which is quite good. In Chicago, our game is 16-inch no-glove softball.
Right.
It's very, very unique, and by any means of definition, this young man is a neighborhood hero, and just very popular. As popular as any major league player, because we play it all over the city in the north and the west, the south side. And Eggs was one guy that everybody knew, Mike. They really just
no question. Where do you put Czarnik as far as pitching goes? Of course, you had guys like Mike Tallow that pitched. There's been some Dave Bischoff. There's been some great pitchers in 16-inch softball dating back to the 30s and 40s. But Czarnik, especially on the north side, really in softball nation, revered. Where do you put him?
I got to say he's in the top three. Certainly Mike Tallow is probably one of the most famous softball players of all time in the entire country. You have Zeman, you have Bischoff, you have one of the great players that played for you, Pat Caputo, one of the modern-day guys, but Eggs is on the top of most lists. He's just so good with the balls and the strikes, and he was great defensively as well.
Yeah, he was a diabetic, George. He did have some health issues. He wasn't in the best of shape. Even at times when he pitched, I mean, Eggs broke the mold. He was sort of like an early win type of guy. Wasn't sculpted, wasn't skinny, little bit overweight while being nice. But he played his position, and he got the job done more often than not.
Well, often when they had the game well in hand, Eggs was brought in because we have this thing called the EH rule here in Chicago. He was brought in to pinch hit on many occasions. He was a great hitter as well, and once in a while he could field his position well at second base as good as anybody else. So he could do just about anything, Czarnik. He really could.
Is there funeral arrangements yet, George, that we could tell everybody on north2north.com? Has anything been set up yet where Eggs is going to be laid out and stuff?
Yes, Mike. The arrangements for legendary Chicago player Tom Czarnik is as follows. The visitation will be this Wednesday at Skaya Funeral Home. That's right at 7812 North Milwaukee Avenue in his beloved hometown of Niles, Illinois. It's near the corner for our listeners of Oakton and Milwaukee. That's Wednesday, the visitation from 3 to 9. And the Catholic Mass will be Thursday morning at 10 a.m. at his home church, which is the St. Juliana Parish on 7200 North Oquito in Chicago in beautiful Edison Park.
Yeah, when I drive down to you, I go by St. Juliana's. For some reason, you think about certain guys. I think about Eggs quite a bit. Eggs also was a terrific head manager for our team, the Licorice team. You always run into issues, and Eggs and I had more than one personal meeting between the two of us. It was always great, always congenial, class act, wanted to do the right thing, principled guy. I couldn't have found anybody after Bob Russ Sr. Left. I couldn't name anybody better than an Czarnik to run Licorice. He did a heck of a job, not only for Licorice, but for a lot of teams that he played on.
Not only that, Mike was a great softball guy, but he also was a well-known high school hockey coach.
Let's talk about that. With the club sports, where did he teach? He was always involved with kids and kids hockey.
Well, he played hockey for years. As a matter of fact, I did get a call from a well-known Chicagoan, John McDonough, who is the president of the Blackhawks. He will be attending the funeral. Eggs and John McDonough There's another great neighborhood story. We're very good friends as children. And Eggs coached hockey for many, many years, and he coached the New Trier High School team, and lo and behold, they had won the championship just last night, Mike. So
wow.
He's done a lot of different things in his life, that's for sure.
How old a man was he, George?
58 years old, which is way too soon to go, and it's a very sad story to be sure. And we wish he would have taken more care of himself. You know how things go, things change in life, but when he played, he was right there near the very, very top.
Well, you know what? It's unfortunate. I'm flying to Las Vegas Wednesday morning to do a final, to do a NCAA show at the Phoenician with Chuck Esposito, Hank Goldberg from ESPN, and Jerry Tarkanian. So I will not be able to attend it. I'm not happy about that, but I love Dave Czarnik. This is the next best thing that we can do, putting him up on northtonorth.com. Treat him like the superstar that he was in softball, just like you would treat a NFL football player or a Major League Baseball player. George, thanks for all the input, and you know what? I know that it's going to be well attended at St. Juliana's and at the funeral home. Thanks, George.
Thanks, Mike, and I never miss northtonorth.com. You've been a great friend of everybody in the community, and we never miss your show.
And, George, you know this. I'm depending on you to get the email blast out to all the softball people so they can come to North and actually see a guy, a regular guy, a blue-collar guy who really did one thing very, very well. Well, more than one thing, but did one thing as good as anybody, and that was play the game of 16-inch softball. Thanks, George.
Thank you very much, Mike.
And that has been the Mike North 5-minute half-hour news devoted to Tom Czarnik, neighborhood and Chicago legend in 16-inch softball. I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.